uh, easy pass here. Learn this week. If you start telling people, with the internet, the way the internet is, sadly the internet uh, bullies homeless people over the internet all the time. A thing we learned, well, actually, the homeless people get away all the time, and they're kind of rescued from peril. Wildlife outside only doesn't like cars. People interact with deer all the time. There's also other wildlife. Still, the same situation doesn't bother the homeless. They might scare the homeless away, and they might somehow start trash in the place when the people are cleared out. The wildlife only doesn't like cars. We learned this week also with seeing the internet all the time in local news. When you firmly say all the responders are normal the whole time, then they start having normal days. So that's some type of way looking back with all the news, right? When people don't say anything right on the internet. Um, this week, everyone's projection fell into Rosie O'Donnell overhearing everybody this week, which isn't what it's not. It's not Rolodex. It's not meant to be indexing. So when they say, the states between the U.S. has their own jobs hand in hand, they're still blaming younger people for GPS, obviously, the way you could see anywhere in states, sadly, or people not going to hospitals when the rigging tech wants them to, again, sadly. And then real disabled people don't want to drive.
Jeffrey,
Well,
the fuck are you talking to?
I'm on my phone here. These are losers.
No, you're not.
Hey, I'm on my phone mostly. These are losers.
No, you're not.
These are the worst people on the planet every time of day. And not even a good example of anything. Nothing. Everything's a broken record, jaded pandemic still. That's the problem. Right? This is what the problem is. I never said anything wrong about anybody until like 4 months after 2022 when I realized people still are causing the same problems to make problems for their own jobs. Every day, I'll insist. If you tell these responders or clarify responders are normal the whole time, then they start having normal days. That's some type of way with the news either way the whole time, looking either way. Internet again, tech employed states obviously very detrimental all the time, right? Not good. I see why Pennsylvania flips out the whole every year all these decades. 1 out of 20 people are actually from Pennsylvania, in a way. So what's the responsibility? It's not an individual's responsibility for satellites and tech employed states. Never. That's not an individual's anything. That's not belonging to an individual. Now the Constitution is something different. Not to mince words here. Right? I'm going to tell you right now. I haven't said anything wrong until like after 2022 about anything. Because why is everyone still doing the same thing, blaming everybody for GPS? It starts off so much other stuff. Younger people shouldn't get blamed for anything. Like that's not their responsibility, or their own actions. Real disabled people don't want to drive. Also, they're just blaming and blaming. That's all these states do with their tech employed states and anything else. It's detrimental to everything. right? But they know what they're doing the whole time, causing problems for their own jobs with problems. That's how stupid. See what I mean about 2022, about when I finally said something wrong? Are you still not over what everyone's over? Right? People wanted to move on and be, pacifists. Not everyone. You have nuisance. There's nuisance every time of day. Real disabled people don't drive, right? People don't have to go to the hospital all the time. These tech induced satellites prod. This is all your country seems to do back and forth in a square mile anywhere. Now, how I woke up. I said this whole video's in a backwards order, no order at all. But the first thing I said was, mind you, like an author like Jane Austen. Now you're gonna see more travel bans about where people moved out of the U.S. They're gonna have to travel ban either way because the U.S. needs such help being its own island. They're in the worst shape ever, dead in the water. U.S. as its own island. Now an author like Jane Austen, about court. Jane Austen, every sentence in her books makes fun of everything, every sentence. So you know what I mean. There's a time and a place. Me over here, St. O. Francis, Pennsylvania.